Hello and welcome to Kinetic Builds. We're back with another episode of Icarus, and today the plan was to start building some of this tier 4 stuff over here at the bench, and I came to realize we actually need copper ingots for a lot of stuff here, especially the generator and some electricity wire, things like that. And then I was looking at some other things that might be fun to build, like the dehumidifier to make it so we stop getting pneumonia in the caves. And lo and behold, that needs a bunch of copper too. And we also want to get this biofuel stove up and running at some point, which is also going to require some copper nails. So you know what? We're going to go mining. So we've just weathered a large storm, which should be the perfect time for us to run out and find something to do. And as you can see, Buffy's all healed up. We're going to leave Buffy here for this adventure, though. I've got a bunch of crops here growing. I think these are going to survive for just a little bit if we leave them in here. Oh, they're not even done yet. Perfect. And I am going to head out here. Now, the last caves that we did, I think we did this cave right back over here. And somebody mentioned that there's a underwater cave over here somewhere. And I think there's a normal cave probably somewhere up on here, too. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's right there. Looks like a cave. But we're going to go see if we can find this underwater cave. Somebody said there was an underwater cave somewhere along this side of the basin here. So I've got all of our stuff all filled up. I repaired all of our leather armor. That's just a piece of leather each, which we've got leather coming out of everywhere lately. So let's grab a stack of bacon here. And we're going to go dive into the water and see if we can find this underwater cave, because that'll be one that's nice and close and won't require the use of Buffy, since I don't think Buffy and our cart are going to be able to swim here. So I'm going to go all the way to the outside edge here, and we'll start by going this way, because I think this is where you guys said there was going to be a cave, and we'll see how it goes. All right, we're continuing around here, and I found this. This definitely looks like a underwater cave to me. And just for reference, our base is right up there, so almost straight to the, I don't even know what this is. Almost straight south of where our base is. So let's go ahead and get in here and see what we can find. Now, hopefully I remembered to bring the lantern with us today. I know I've got the big lamp here that I could turn on, but the lantern I think is going to be more useful as we get in there. It's kind of a creepy little cave. And, oh, here we are. At least there's some natural light of some kind here. Now, I don't know if there's cave worms inside of underwater caves or not, but I'm going to assume that there is. So we're going to move ahead cautiously here. Oh, whoa. That just appeared out of nowhere. Oh, I missed. And I got poisoned. Well, there you go. We're officially horrible. Oh. How did that happen? That surprised me quite a bit. How many are in the one spot? I still see the rocks there. Okay. Oh, because I'm not staying in the cave? Is that what's going on? Okay, I'm going to come back here for a second and let that hopefully go away. Let's switch out to the lamp. Let's switch to the knife. So I'm going to have to run in there, kill it, and then stay in there. I wonder if I can even kill this thing with a knife. Well, that was very unfortunate. Ooh, we've got a deep mining ore deposit for iron, which was one of the ones that I was looking for. So that's exciting. And I'm not sure. This cave looks like it's a medium-sized cave. It goes back a little ways on both sides, but I'm not getting any pop-ups for more of the worms here. I'm going to leave this, so just want to take stock here. I've got a couple iron nodes, coal. We're really here for the copper primarily. Oh, this is actually titanium. I'll take that. And I'm going to go ahead and see what we can do to mine out some of these entryway ores. And if we find anything else along the way, I'll be sure to jump back in here. All right, looks like we leveled up here. Level 40, we've got all kinds of talent points, so maybe I'll spend those real quick. I think we're going to go ahead and spend our points on reducing the carry weight of ores, probably. Because we are going to be doing a lot of mining for a long time. And, you know, yeah, I know we've got Buffy and all that, but stuff like this, we're going to be going down there. And, ooh, this, oh, receive stone in addition. I don't really need that much from a stone. Well, that's good for me. And then our solo point, we'd worked our way over here to Pack Horse, which is awesome. I don't know about this one. Wood, stone, and ores. Most of that we'll be using Buffy. I don't care much about the weight of building things. Consuming less, it hasn't really been a problem. Threat, ooh, physical resistance, that sounds really useful. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. And we are here in the back of the cave, and it is just this little loop around the middle, so it's not that big of a cave, which has been pretty cool. So I've mined out everything except for the coal and the iron at this point, I believe. I'm going to just come all the way in here to the back. We're going to pick up some of the iron deposits that we've got to bring a little bit of that back with us. Maybe I'll grab this coal back here, and then we're going to head back and drop some stuff off. And I really should have brought that chest with us. It put us just over the weight limit, that last iron node. So we're going to bring back a drill, and honestly, I think we'll get the rest of this stuff into our inventory. There is a lot of coal here, though, so we're going to have to sort that out on the way back, but I'm trying to figure out, we've got 0.7 kilograms too much here from that last hit. Very unfortunate. So maybe we will we'll swim out here and just see how it goes. I've got to take the medicine to get rid of the pneumonia, so that may help. If I'm out of the cave here, I can do that real quick. And we're 0.2 away. Alright, well, we're gonna just hang on to that and see if we can survive here. It's not gonna slow us down that much. At least it's a scaling factor where it starts to slow you down a little bit the more and more over-encumbered you are. A lot of games will just lock you down as soon as you get to the over-encumbered point, which can be just a little bit annoying. So I like the system here in Icarus for encumbrance. I think it works out really well. Man, this tunnel could be a little bit shorter, though. This is quite the swim to get out. All right, now that we're back, we're going to go ahead and toss all of the copper straight into this furnace. All of the advanced materials straight in over here. And I think we're going to make as much of this steel bloom as we brought back. I'm going to go ahead and grab everything out of this chest. And we'll take this chest. I don't really feel like building another one right this second, and I've got room for that over there. Because I do think all of that coal, we're going to have more than a single trip back. Let's dump this rotted stuff. I don't even know what I'm keeping this rotted stuff for. I'm sure there's a use for it at some point, so I'm just hanging on to it. And, oh my gosh, we almost forgot. We need this deep mining drill. So let me grab one of those. All right, I think that's going to be enough copper out of this thing finally. So let's make one of these. And I need another biofuel can if we're going to keep doing this. I probably need a couple biofuel cans if I'm being honest. Luckily, we've got some iron. Ooh, I've got some copper nails down here too that I forgot about. Well, we're going to put the copper nails over here so that I've got them. One of these things needed copper nails, I thought. The biofuel stove when we get there. And I built one of these. I want 2 cans. Oh, look at all of that iron. Oofda. And get these cans cooking. We've got a can in here already done, luckily. And can't forget the deep mining drill itself. Looking good, looking good. And off we go. It's already dark. I should have slept till daytime. I guess the light doesn't matter when you're in the cave. Let's see if we can actually find the cave entrance, though. It was somewhere right in here. So, note to self, swimming in the dark is way worse than swimming during the daytime hours. It was so hard to find your way around in this cave, so we are probably not going to do that again if we can help it. However, we've gotten here. I'm going to go ahead and toss this box down just so we've got somewhere to dump stuff. And, oh, let's eat that bacon before it goes bad. Don't mind if we do. Get all of the other bonuses up and running here as well. And then I suppose this stupid worm is back. Maybe not. All right, we made it back quick enough. It looks like that won't be a problem. All right, I'm gonna keep mining here, I think, and finish the mining before I put down this drill, mostly because I don't want to have to listen to the sound of that drill the whole time we're in here. All right, I have mined out everything in this cave, so let's go ahead and get this deep miner going with some biofuel. Boom. And there we go. We now have an iron supply, which is super exciting. That's going to allow us to make bullets and keep our guns going with not being concerned that we're going to run out of resources now, finally. So with that, let's see how much of these materials I can bring back this trip. I'm not too worried about getting everything, because we can always just pick up the rest of this when we come back for that iron ore at some point in the future. So I'm going to go with this. This is pretty well full, and we're just going to leave a little bit of stone and some coal ore in here. Not too shabby. So with the addition of that iron source, we are now at having all of the surrounding deep nodes that I have found with their own miners. We've got the aluminum one going, we've got a gold, we've got a copper, and I even put one on that sulfur node just to have it all done. So let's see if I can figure out where we're at in the dark here. I'm actually going to grab the sulfur node on the way back to the house. Ooh. A tree. I don't have the weight capacity to carry any of this stuff, I'm suddenly realizing. Maybe we'll do this in the daytime. This is feeling really dangerous. It looks like we've got a doozy of a storm coming our way, so I'm going to turn on some lights. We're going to hunker down here in the house and just get everything cooking here from that little adventure. It sounds horrible out there. So with copper in hand, I was just going to go ahead and create this first biofuel generator. We've never made one before, and I'm going to need 8 refined gold to make the electricity tool, which is what I think is going to allow us to hook up to the electrical gadgets and such. So let me craft one of these. Bada boom, bada bing. And then I don't know what our first electrical recipe should be here, but my guess is probably this material processor is going to unlock access to making these composites. And so for that to work, we need a lot more of the electronics. So I'm just going to put a bunch of stuff back in here. Man, I'm really missing our chest in the middle section here all of a sudden. Let's see if we can find a good spot for it. I also wanted to make this biofuel stove today. Let's see. I need a lot of epoxy. We're coming up short on epoxy. Let's grab some more of this copper and see if I can get some more electronics going. No, epoxy for that too. All right. Well, I guess I know what we need to focus on. Let's see here. What is the epoxy recipe? Sulfur. That's a good thing we've got an endless supply of sulfur since we're coming up short on bones at the moment. So tree sap and sulfur. Good deal. I'm going to grab... Ooh, we got a piece of sulfur right there. I'm going to grab a couple of stacks of sticks. We'll get this all cooking here and see how it goes. Max out these sticks. We'll get it going. We'll get it going. Well, that storm finally passed, so we're going to sneak out here and see if we can pick up the sulfur. I think I grabbed a biofuel can, and I've got a buffalo right on top of it. Yep, we're going to switch out the biofuel can here. Get that going again. Yeah, quite a bit of sulfur, so that's going to be good. That's going to keep us going. And as long as we're out here, I'm going to run over and grab our gold, I think. Gold is the other key resource to a lot of what we got going on. And at some point, I do need to go back and get that copper. I think I did do the copper off camera once already, so it's probably still running. If the sulfur was running, I think I got the copper right before we built that thing for the sulfur node there. So I'm going to say the copper's probably still running as well. And the gold is still running, so let's grab that. I guess I don't have a full can, but this can is fuller than that can, so let's swap those out and keep everything moving. Alright, we've got our gas cans cooking. We've got lots of bone stuff getting created, so we should have a lot of epoxy available now. We're going to go ahead and grab what we've got. Toss it in here, and now I can make this biofuel stove that we've been working towards. Good deal. Now this may seem like maybe a little bit of an odd upgrade, given that we could jump straight into an electrical stove probably at this point, but I really don't want to start wasting money on electricity here just yet. I want to get us just a smidge further down. I'm trying to figure out how to get this kitchen bench picked up with so much stuff inside of it. I unlocked a larger storage compartment at some point. I think it was in the carpentry bench here. I didn't actually unlock it. We have this wood cupboard, which looks like it would be useful. Holds 40 storage slots. Let's unlock one of those. Wood, leather, copper, rope, crafting bench. All right, I've got copper nails. They're right in here, if I recall. And bada bing. Let's craft us up one of these. Magnificent. And that's going to go right here in the middle for time being. Ah, very nice. So with the kitchen bench emptied out, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, and I'm going to move it to the other side here. And that should allow me to place both the kitchen bench as well as the biofuel stove next to it. In fact, maybe I'm going to move them right here in the middle. That'll be better. I'm going to put it right here. And then this will snap right to the other side of it. Yeah, we'll see if that was a mistake, and I should have moved that in a little bit here, but look at all of these recipes. I love it. So now I can make things like bread, charcoal out of the spoiled meat. Nice. Sweet corn soup. All kinds of recipes, but what I really want to get to is these pies, which you get experience gain as well as all the other bonuses. So really, if I could get to making 3 of these pies, that would be the awesome way to be getting things done here. This pumpkin bread's not too shabby either. And so these pies, I'll use these pastries that I've been making at the other bench here with the wheat. So that's pretty cool. We're going to stick that in there. We're going to continue to stick our wheat and stuff in here just to hang on to it for the time being. And at some point, this is going to need a biofuel container to keep going. That's all right. I'm not too worried about it right now. Yeah, good times. We've got that all set up, but I definitely don't have the materials I need to cook anything on there. We need to find ourselves some watermelons at some point, apparently. So that is our next order of business, I suppose. And I'm just making sure, does anything in here really need animal fat? A couple things, but not really. We'll put 1 stack in there just to hang on to it. But this is where it's going to be for the animal fat, which is what we need for making those pastries. the flour for the pastries requires 10 wheat at a time, so that's gonna take a minute before we get to that. We're making iron like crazy, and this thing's actually done, so let me take a couple of stacks of iron out of that and put them over here. Bada bing, bada boom, we're doing good. And just like that, we're back up to 38 electronics. We're trying to get to 60 to break into all of the big tier 4 items with the composites. We're not going to be getting there today because we're running really low on specifically copper, but really everything. Epoxy we can make. We need a lot more sulfur though. And the gold, we're starting to come up short on here as well, even though we just went and grabbed some. Oh, never mind. Look at all of these beautiful resources. Might as well grab those and bring them back over. And I'm loving all this iron. I think I'm finally going to say I'm comfortable with, we're going to dump the bow and arrow. I know it's a waste of iron, a lot of resources, and these bones are easy to find out in the wilderness. Oh, whoops. But the reality of the situation is it's just more stuff to carry around, and I really don't need it. So we're going to get rid of it all and start just dealing with the gun, because the gun is only really costing me iron and the occasional titanium to keep it repaired. And we have a deep mining node for iron now, so I can make bullets till my heart's content. The gunpowder is something that we seem to be able to come by quite readily, because all that is charcoal, which we've got obviously a ton of. I can make that from wood, and we need sulfur, which we now have a deep mining node for sulfur. It's not the speediest, but I'm also not going through that many bullets on a regular basis, so I think this is going to be how we do things, and, you know, maybe I'll come to regret it, maybe I won't. We'll find out, though. So with that, I think we're going to wrap up today's episode. We've got our upgraded cooking stuff going here. I am going to go out and see if we can find the stuff for pies. The berries are easy. Watermelon would be great. I haven't found mushrooms or pumpkins yet, or squash and soybeans. So I need to probably head into the mainland, head across the bridge, and see if I can find some additional types of vegetables and get those going. And that's probably the point at which we're gonna maybe look into investing in a refrigerator here. That's not overly expensive, so we'll start really sprucing things up, getting a few of these things purchased, and that means probably another base expansion coming soon. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, a little bit of exploring, a little bit of looking at cooking. And next time, we'll be diving into electricity, hopefully. That's all for today. Ketterk out.